the Kirk Douglas Excellence in Film Award. You goddess. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank all of you for being here. I'm so happy to be here. Diane and Elizabeth, thank you for coming up from Los Angeles. You've got such exciting, busy lives, and I really appreciate it. And there's already been a shout out to Elizabeth for being a woman who directed one of the biggest grossing tentpole movies this year and producing the last one. And we need more women directors. We have Donna Deitch here, who's also another great woman director, and we need more and more and more of them, a dear friend. And Diane Lane, who I fell in love with when she did A Little Romance with Laurence Olivier through Cotton Club and Unfaithful, and I've studied every frame of Unfaithful. I mean, I learn a lot from both of them, and I'm so grateful that you're my friends and that you're here. And you know, those parties are not that, well, never mind. We have fun, yeah. And what about Kirk Douglas? He looks good in a ponytail, huh? I hope I'm having cocktails when I'm, what is he, 99? Is he 99? About to be 99? Boy, I tell you what. I met him when I was little, and then he came onto the set of China Syndrome with Michael, and I've seen him off and on over the years, and it's an honor to receive this award with his name on it. And the fact that this award and this gala tonight, because of Kirk, supports so many programs, community-based programs that brings film to people who might not be able to marinate in the world of film. I don't know whether the names of the programs have been mentioned, so I'm going to mention them. There's the Mike's Field Trip to the Movies. There's the 10-10-10 Mentorship Program and competitions, the Film Studios Program, Applebox Family Films, and now the new Film Camp. So it's another reason to thank you all for being here, because we're helping to raise money for these programs. And yeah. And it's kind of kismet for me to be receiving this award in Santa Barbara. Because from the late 70s to the 90s, my second husband, Tom Hayden, and I had a children's camp up at the top of San Marcos Pass near Painted Cave Community. It was called the Laurel Springs Performing Arts Children's Camp. And it was a really interesting place. This is a little bit of a side note in terms of what we're talking about tonight, but in terms of the big picture, it's very relevant. This was the end of the 70s. All of our electricity, hot water, and heating came from solar, photovoltaic cells, a windmill, and solar panels. End of the 70s, so don't let anybody tell you that we don't have the technology. We had it up there back in the 70s. But another reason that the camp was unusual is because of the kids that came there. They were they were the head of studios. They were the head of agencies, Ron Meyer, Mike Ovitz. They were movie star kids, Angelina Jolie, Willie Nelson's kids. And there was Cesar Chavez's children, and the Dolores Huerta, and there were children whose parents were Black Panthers, and some kids came through parole officers. And all of them had their lives changed because of being exposed to art, performing art, writing, performing, directing. And This is when I learned up close and personal the effect that art can have on young lives. I met kids who learned manners by watching Turner Classic Movies, for example. And I adopted one of the campers. Her parents were Black Panthers, Lulu. She's now in Uganda working for the Peace Corps. And I asked her once, why was the camp so important to you? And she said, she came from a ghetto in Oakland. I had never met people who thought about the future. Now, for people like us, we take for granted that we and our children and our grandchildren are going to think about the future. So it was stunning for me to realize that when you're poor, when you're disadvantaged, and especially when you're not loved, you don't see a future. And so you have very little motivation to live in a way that will make you maximize who you are as a human being. And I know that a lot of that comes through the art. So I'm really grateful for what this festival and this particular gala tonight does. And to be honest, acting has saved me many times. I have over the years taken hiatuses. I once left the business, I thought forever. Turner, my favorite ex-husband, came along and off I went. And I didn't miss it for a second. And I came back at 65, which is pretty unusual. And I feel very, very blessed that I was able to have a new career so late in life. And as a result, be able to spend time with people who are so profoundly inspired and moving and talented. And I'm so happy to say that I'm almost 78 and I still feel like a student. I'm happy to say that when I look at those clips, it's really hard to do. Somebody asked me, what do you feel and it's hard. It's hard. And I talked, Elizabeth and Diane understand this. I asked them at the table before I came up, you just want to do them over again. I just wish I could do it over. I could do it better. And I'm so glad I feel that way. Because one of the things that can make you really old is when you stop wanting to change and grow and learn and stay curious and everything, So anyway, this is very important to me tonight. Thank you so much. It's meant the world to me. I really appreciate it. And thank you again, Diane and Elizabeth. I love you.
Thank you.